What's up YouTube, Webbers5 here, coming at you today with my ban list predictions for the upcoming September 2018 ban list. Also known as the ban list that we should have gotten last month, but you know Konami, they're never really very consistent with this. So my main predictions are going to be based off primarily in the meta, as well as upcoming stuff. In the format, like new stuff that's coming out, as well as, and then the last bit of it is just my personal thoughts on what I think should be happening. So, that being said, let me get into my predictions, naturally starting off with cards I'm anticipating are going to get banned. So first one on this list is the pretty much obvious ones. I'm guessing it's either going to be Firewall Dragon or Nightmare Goblin. Because in terms of the GoKey matchup, they go into that, they pretty much guarantee the extra link combo. I probably think it's more likely going to be Goblin than Firewall. While I agree that Firewall is a problem, Goblin, given just that one additional normal summon, is pretty much too good right now in terms of securing the extra link. Particularly with the recent structure deck that we had, which one was it? I think it's Power Code. Power Code Link. Naturally, we got the print of Cyverse Gadget and also the reprint of Phantom Skyblaster. Those two cards being reprinted just helps with the extra link so much easier. Because think about it, if you're going into the extra link combo, admittedly, you guys have pretty much seen this from any time I'm playing Spirals. If I go into Phantom Skyblaster off my additional normal summon of Goblin, I'm basically guaranteed the extra link. Because by that point, you've got something in the extra monster zone, something co-linking to it, and then you've got the co-link Goblin. Normal summon the Phantom Skyblaster, activate its effect, you're guaranteed to get three tokens. Though at that point, admittedly, you're only going to get 2 tokens because naturally you've got 2 monsters in your main monster. You already had 2 monsters in your main monster zone already. You just normal summoned another, so that's 3. So you've only got space to put 2 monsters. But still, that's 2 free monsters that you can. That's 2 free monsters you can just use. And in that situation, it's just a secure, instant extra. In that situation, you've already got 3 co-linked. You've already got 3 co-linked link monsters. You just normal summon the Phantom Skyblaster to get 2 tokens. Depending on your extra deck, you've pretty much got the extra link, but going off generic ideas, you've instantly just got your extra link right there, because you just link the Skyblaster token and the Phantom Skyblaster into Nightmare Cerberus, then you can use your 1 remaining token. Admittedly, they are level 4, so you can't do the Link Kariba, but the token does count as a normal monster, so even if you just want to go into like a Link Spider, boom, you've just extra linked your opponent and they can't play. That's one of the things I have to say, guys. I mean, Simo did a massive discussion about this, but I agree with him. I really don't think extra linking is that healthy for the game. Originally, when it first came out, yes, it was a nice tactic that if you pulled it off, you did a really impressive thing to get that off. Now, with the release of Nightmares, it's just so easy that it's just creating this really unhealthy gameplay. And I know what some of you guys are thinking. Yes, I extra link very consistently in Spirals. That being said, I extra link consistently without Firewall Dragon. So, that being said, Firewall Dragon isn't the problem. The problem is naturally Nightmare Goblin. That one normal summon, if you go into like a massive extender that can just summon something else, you basically secured the extra link, which is not great. So I honestly think there's a chance Goblin's gonna have to go. Okay, that was a pretty big talk just on the first prediction. Okay, going into the next one, this is more towards the GoKey side of it. So GoKey, I think, a lot of people are speculating that Phoenix Blade's gonna get banned. Because they made the Assault Day, they ditch the 1, they summon Octo Stretch, and then just link off massively from there. I personally think Octo Stretch is the card that's going to get banned in this combo. My logic in this is thinking that even if it's just because it's the easiest level 1 for Gokies to use in terms of the Assault Day play. So thinking about it from a consistency perspective, if you take out Octo Stretch, there is no level 1 warrior that can essentially do what Octo Stretch does in terms of the combo. The advantage of Octo Stretch is that like most Gokies, it searches upon being sent to grave. I did a check on this while I was making my predictions. While admittedly we do have the recent level 1 Ring Trader, which came out in, I think it's Cybernetic Horizon. The thing is, Ring Trainer doesn't search. So even if they keep the one Phoenix Blade to get them that level 1 GoKey, they're not going to get a search off of it, which gives them the assist for the extender. So I feel if they get rid of the Octa Stretch, that's a solid shout in trying to slow down the extra linking with Gokies. But we'll see over time. Okay, my next prediction, this is also still in relation to Gokies, MX Saber Invoker. But this isn't just in relation to Gokies, it's in relation to just Link in general. If you open any, like, think about it, there's things like Tour Guide, Terratop, Junk Forward, there's so many easy ways to just drop MX Saber Invoker without committing to your normal summon. You do Invoker, detach, special summon a warrior from your deck. If it's an Earth monster, you've just got an instant Mrs. Radiant if you're not doing an Isolde warrior-based thing. And if you just do a warrior, you just got 2 warriors to make your Isolde, and then you just go off from there. So yeah, I feel Invoker's another card that's going to have to go to try and slow that down a bit. And then the last card on my Forbidden prediction, I think number 42 Galaxy Tomahawk might get banned. From what I see in terms of it, it's in relation to a bit of the Destrudo play for decks that can abuse level 7 manipulation. In terms of the Dark Worm combo, they just go special Dark Worm, do Destrudo, then Dark Worm searches one Supreme King Gate, so you can scale a Supreme King Gate, then you Synchro Summon into Odd Ice Meteor Burst. Meteor Burst effect activates targeting the level 7 Supreme King Gate in your Pendulum Zone to special summon it, but Meteor Burst can't attack that turn, but that's irrelevant because you're just going to use the 2 level 7 monsters, overlay into your Tomahawk, activates effect attaching all of its materials to special summon 5 Battle Eagle tokens, and then you just got massive Link fodder for mass amounts of Link extension plays, so personally, I think there's a good chance Tomahawk might get banned. I could say the same thing for Scapegoat, but given that Scapegoat just got reprinted as an ultimate rare in the OTS pack, I think it's probably going to be I think it'll probably be okay. Plus, admittedly, next set also we've got Token Collector coming. Next set we've got Token Collector coming out, which essentially shuts Scapegoat down. Like, the same could be said for Tomahawk, but the difference is if you drop Token Collector before the Tomahawk, they're not really going to attempt it. The only advantage of the Token Collector against Scapegoat is that it stops the Scapegoat from going off. Okay, so that's it for my Forbidden predictions. Moving into the Limited. So my first Limited prediction is in relation to Trickstars. I definitely think Reincarnation needs to get hit to 1. I mean, we had the World Championship recently. That was with the combined list from both OCG and TCG. They only had 1 Reincarnation, and that was pretty balanced in terms of the competition. But here in the TCG, we've still got Reincarnation at 3, and me, along with, I'm sure, several of you guys, I'm betting you're pretty sick of the Reincarnation Droll and Lockbird combo, which is absolutely horrible. I hate it so much, with a passion. Some people have the speculation that they want to get rid of Droll and Lockbird to stop that combo, but guys, I personally think we need Droll and Lockbird this format, because if GoKey keeps staying around for a bit, Droll and Lockbird's at least something to help stop them from being a massive threat. And Reincarnation is the definite problem in terms of the Reincarnation Droll and Lockbird combo. Get rid of the Reincarnation, then that's the main bulk of Trickstars also gone as well. My other prediction in terms of Trickstar hits is I think they need to do something in terms of the consistency, so I'd say probably either Candina or Light Stage to 1 as well. Like, admittedly, they could also, I could say the same thing to say hit Terraforming to 1, and then that's less consistent searches, but we're essentially now within the part of the format that getting rid of Terraforming isn't really gonna do it's not really going to do too much anymore, and many decks manipulating field spells hasn't really become too much of a big deal. Honestly, Trickstar is like the main problem, so I personally think they're going to hit like, they need to hit like Candina or Light Stage, one of those two, just to help cut their consistency a little bit as well. So that's it for probably the Trickstar bits, but going into the Trickstar Sky Striker, in my opinion, the only thing that needs to be hit with Sky Striker is hit Hornet Drones to 1, and that's pretty much good enough for me. Like, I have no issues with Sky Strikers as a deck. Yes, Sky Striker Mobilize Engage is absolutely broken in terms of it's a not once per turn search, it can give you a +1, and it's a draw as well if you've got multiple spells in grave, but personally, I feel just get rid of the Hornet Drones. The Sky Striker deck pure is okay. Like, I've seen that deck play as a pure, it's alright, it's not that great pure, it makes a viable engine, but I feel just cutting out the Hornet Drones to 1, that at least cuts it as that pretty much cuts it as a very consistent engine. Plus, again, it's part of the token spam, because if you can chain multiple Hornet Drones, you've just got 3 monsters on the field straight off. Too good. Next on my predictions, going back to GoKey. GoKey, I think they need to hit Rematch to 1, and also my guess is hit Goki Suprex to 1. I realise that Goki Rematch is a once per turn card, but it's in like that position of Soul Charge. Like, you resolve it, you've basically just won the game. And Suprex to 1, it's got a bit of consistency, because Suprex is one of the opening plays. Like, if they don't do the Marauding Captain into the if they're not going Invoker to start with, they'll probably be relying on the Suprex, because normal Suprex, special summon another GoKey, then link into the Assault effect to search, then you get your 2 searches off your 2 GoKeys that you just sent to the grave, so I think cutting Suprex down to 1 should cut the consistency down of GoKey, and that should probably keep it in check. And then my next bit into the limited list. This is thinking in terms of magicians, likely. I mean, magicians aren't exactly like topped. Like, they're within the top tier, they're not really topping as much as like those main 3 that I just went into of Sky Striker, Trickstar, and GoKey. But they're still doing a solid job of being like the next level on the good best deck. I personally think they might hit Electromite to 1. Just to stop all the massive extender plays off of it. Like, if you can turn, because like, you've seen, I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen, if a player can basically just turbo off 3 Electrum in 1 turn, they're going to be in a really, really good position. Like, the draw once per turn, that's fine. The main issue is that you're just spamming resources into your extra deck. If you can looping with Chronograph to summon additional monsters, provided you've got the monster resources in your hand, you just link spamming for days. Just pretty good. So, probably Electromite to 1 would probably just fix that as an issue. OCG's got it at 1, and that's pretty much helped the deck out. Then again, they've also got things like Double Iris and Astrograph to 1, which being said, I would also like to see Double Iris come back to 1. I highly doubt it's going to happen, because I know the natural reason of why. They didn't just cut out Double Iris because he's a massively amazing searcher on the first turn. I mean, you can't do it if you're going first, but going second, it's still amazing. And, of course, with the release of Electromite, it's still good on the first turn if you're going first, because you scale it, you pop it, you search your Pendulum Graph, which is stupidly good. Plus, another one of the main reasons they hit out Double Iris as well as the Electromite combo is just because Double Iris' condition treats it as a Pendulum Dragon monster, which means it's searchable dual alliance, which means it's a searchable scale that you can combo into Electromite really well. Plus, it's just a really good searchable scale 8 for the deck, which essentially keeps it at too high of a consistency ratio. So I would like to see Double Iris come back to 1, just to maybe see some more people playing Pendulum Graphs as well. But probably unlikely, but maybe, we'll see. And then last card in my prediction, this one's more like a preemptive hit. I personally think Instant Fusion might get hit to 1. My reasoning for this is because of Soul Fusion coming out next month and the upcoming release of Thunder Dragons. I've done a bit of research. Thunder Dragons are actually doing pretty well in the OCG as a very solid deck. There are so many ways for them to there's so many ways that they can easily, like, I've tested them as well. Like, 9 out of 10 times you can turn 1 Super Bowl and just stop your opponent from playing straight up. And in the combination with Instant Fusion, you can also, like, just turn 1 Thunder Dragon Lord and Super Bowl, which is... ugh. You go against that, you basically just want... If you can basically turn 1 Super Bowl and Thunder Dragon Lord, you kind of basically won that game. Until you get stopped by that one guy playing Lava Golem. But yeah. Also another reason is, of course, Instant Fusion, since they unbanned Thousand Eyes Restrict, one of the advantages of Instant Fusion is Thousand Eyes Restrict, absorb something, then turn it into a Link Karibo just to get rid of it. Which, admittedly, that's pretty fun. I like the release of Link Karibo for that reason, but... And admittedly, I'd probably be doing that play myself, but I don't have a Thousand Eyes Restrict right now, so... Oh well. Also, another one of my reasons of thinking Instant Fusion's gonna get hit is... Even though we haven't had the confirmed release date yet, at some point I know we're gonna be getting Crystron Needle Fiber. And naturally, because we've got the Fusion Tuner Sea Monster of Theseus, Instant Fusion essentially makes Needle Fiber splashable and absolutely everything. And Needle Fiber is just so good on summon. Just drop a tuner from your deck. Even if you don't want to, even if your deck's not like a synchro based deck, if you're maining like if you're using like hand traps like the Ghost Girls, you can just summon one of them. And then you just got, I know I've seen this in America, one of the main things I do with it is just use it, summon another thing, turn it into a Summon Sorceress. Pretty good. I haven't seen too much of it. I haven't really been paying attention to too much of it. But yeah, I think there's a potential chance Instant Fusion could get hit as a preempted thing, but I probably wouldn't see it getting... Maybe this list, maybe in a future list, depending how Thunder Dragons affect the format. I probably couldn't see Instant Fusion getting banned. That being said, if they did ban Instant Fusion, we'd probably get Norden back at 1. Because without Instant Fusion, does anyone really care that Norden's back? Not really, no. And then a couple of other things I'm thinking in terms of the limited list. These are like my unlikely to happen predictions, but they're my predictions that if they did it, it probably wouldn't be too big of a deal. So I personally think we could get things back like Harpy's Feather Duster, Heavy Storm, or Giant Trunade. Back row's not really seen to... Like, we're not exactly in the most back row heavy of a format. Essentially, the only main back row I'm seeing people playing recently is just Infinite Impermanence. Not gonna lie, that card's amazing. I love that card so much. But, frankly, outside Impermanence, we're not really seeing too much back row, really. So, personally, maybe the back row hate could come back. Probably not, though. But, knowing Konami, probably not. And then, of course, the last card I would like to see come back to 1. This is in relation to the upcoming Legendary Hero deck, so it would be a really good opportunity. This is probably like the best time that we could potentially see this card coming back to 1. Elemental Hero Stratos. For the main reason, like I said, because of the Legendary Hero decks, it would be a really great opportunity for them to maybe make some extra sales in terms of the deck, because you unban Stratos, you're going to make a lot of people happy. That being said, we're pretty much at the position that I realize Konami just basically hates Stratos. Not gonna lie, I've seen so many I've seen pretty much so many combos online of just all these like one card combo to do all of this, because they've just got the combo of Hero Live, Summon Stratos, do this and this and that, and then boom, you just somehow get your massively amazing combo. So yeah, if Konami's been picking up on that, that's probably another reason Stratos is never coming back, but could do. Honestly, I'm honestly not sure we're going to get Stratos back, but my guess is this is around the best time of the year. This is probably around our best chance that Stratos could come back. So I feel if we don't get him back for the Legendary Hero decks, guys, I honestly don't think Stratos is ever coming back. I'm sorry to say that, but it's the truth. Okay, moving into semi-limited. I don't really have too many predictions for this list because, in my personal opinion, I don't really like the semi-limited list as a thing. Like, most players, they're like, I'll play a card at 1, or I'll play it at 3. In between, yeah, I don't really see the point. I think the only card I've seen that got hit to 2 on the ban list, I thought, you know what, that is the perfect number for it. Back in Zodiac format when they hit Rat Pyre to 2. Like, that was fine. That basically stopped the one card double XZs, which was really good. Then people just evolved by incorporating Ram into the thing, and then, yeah, it still just became too good, so. Yeah. So currently my only prediction of a card that could become semi-limited, I want to say Book of Moon, just because it's a really good way to disrupt links, because naturally you can't link with a monster that's face down. If we were to say bring back Book of Moon, you're like getting a good way to try and stop into the extra link combos and various other things, so could come back, but you know, we'll see. And then unlimited, my predictions. Essentially, most of my unlimited predictions are most of the cards that are currently on the semi-limited list that I feel if they brought back to 3, is anyone really going to care? Probably not. So my predictions for that are Apocryphal Towers, Luster Pendulum, Barrel from a Different Dimension, Ring of Destruction, and Tech Genius Hyper Librarian. Personally, they're at 2 right now. I feel if they brought it back to 3, it doesn't really make too much of a difference. Though, as I mentioned before, with the upcoming Thunder Dragons, that is a good reason why Burial should not come back to 3, because that just gives Thunder Dragons a way to put their banished stuff back into the grave and abuse their effects again later. So, Burial probably maybe less likely to come back to 3, but you never know, it could come back. And then also the last card that I can definitely, that is pretty much now confirmed is going to come back at 3, Destiny Hero Disc Commander. So I predicted this because of naturally the upcoming Legendary Hero decks. Disc Commander's been errated in OCG. For those of you who haven't seen the errata of Disc Commander, so the original text of Disc Commander is, if this card is special summoned from the graveyard, draw 2 cards. Broken. New errata of it. This card cannot be special summoned from the graveyard the same turn it was sent there. If this card is special summoned from the graveyard, draw 2 cards. You can only use this effect of Destiny Hero Disc Commander once per duel. So my thoughts are, with the upcoming Destiny Hero decks, that gives them a good reason to give the errata to Disc Commander. It's once per duel, so it's not exactly going to be splashed and everything. Plus, with the restriction that it can't be summoned in the same turn that it's sent there, it's not really as good. Like, I ran through various situations in my head of the only way you could make an absolute broken play with Disc Commander. Like, to do a simple thing with Disc Commander in minimum cards would just be Foolish Burial and back to the front, because you just do Foolish Burial, send Disc Commander. Set back to the front. You can't do it because naturally you can't summon it. You can't special summon the same turn it was sent there. Back to the front's a trap, so you got to set that anyway. So you just wait for your opponent's turn, then your opponent's turn. You're like back to the front, Disc Commander, effect, draw 2 cards. Like, you did that in 2 cards. You drew 2 cards, so it's a +0. So in that situation, it's just a +0. So nobody's really gonna care if Disc Commander comes back. Also, and like I said, it's pretty much confirmed because I checked on Facebook. I checked on my Facebook earlier. I saw a post by Italian Yugioh of something he shared off another Yu-Gi-Oh page. It's confirmed that Konami has officially given Disc Commander its errata in the upcoming Legendary Hero decks, which definitely means it's going to be coming off the ban list. Now, normally when they put something off the ban list, they're normally like, we're going to trial it at 1 first to see if it's okay. In this case, Disc Commander's been errata to once per duel, which by default means they can hit it to 1, 2, or 3. Doesn't matter, because you're only going to be playing one of it, because it's once per duel. So yeah, with the confirmed errata of Disc Commander, that thing's definitely coming on the list. In my personal opinion, I don't really see too many decks taking advantage of it, because from what I've calculated, the only possible way you can actually turn Disc Commander into a plus situation is you have to play Destiny Draw. You have to send him to the grave through Destiny Draw. So Destiny Draw, discard Disc Commander, draw 2. Send Disc Commander, draw 2 cards, set back to the front. Then set your card that lets you, then use your card that will, then use your card that lets you bring back Disc Commander later, like in that same instance, back to the front. Then you draw 2. So in that situation, it's a +1. So yeah, I don't really think we're going to see too much problems having Disc Commander back at 3. Like, as I said, once per duel, very few ways to turn it into a... Like, there's only one easy way to turn it into a +1, which is through Destiny Draw. And so, really don't see it becoming too much of a problem, this format. Okay guys, so that's pretty much my prediction. So that's pretty much my ban list predictions. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you guys think could get hit, what might not get hit, what might happen in the upcoming format. And so thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like the video as always, and if you really enjoyed the content, subscribe to the channel. And if you guys are already subscribed to the channel and want to see more, hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. And also guys, I just want to ask you to feel free to post down in the comments below of anything you just like to see me do a bit more of on my channel, because I know my main stuff on my channel is I do things like deck profiles, I do a couple of discussions, and I do lots of games at my locals. But if there's anything else you guys would like to see me do a bit more of, feel free to post it down and I'll happily try and do what I can for it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you soon.